Hello, dear student. Hope you all are safe and sound by the Almighty Allah. Today we are going to finish our topic narration or speech. Passage narration. Before going to passage narration, let's glimpses of previous classes. In your previous classes, you came to know about the changes of reporting verb according to different sentences, changes of tenses, changes of pronouns depending on the speaker or the listener, the rules of deducting inverted commas of different kind of sentences, and some words those replaces in the indirect sentences as well. Okay, there are several issues that changes in the passage narration. If you find these in the following words in the indirect speech, these will replaced in the following way. Yes, replied in the affirmative. No, replied in the negative. Sir, with due respect or respectfully. Friend, you can find any other addressing also. Then you have to write down addressing as friend. By Allah, swearing by Allah. Must, had to. Excuse me, apologize. There are also some issues that you must have to keep in your mind. Look at the table. If you found the direct speech no subject or object, then in the indirect speech you have to write down the speaker as a subject and the listener as a object. Number two, if you found any clause or phrase outside of the inverted comma, you have to write down that clause or the phrases at the very beginning without any changes. Number three, if you find reporting verb in the middle or end of the speech, you have to write down the reporting verb at the very beginning in the indirect speech. Again, if you found any object or listener's name inside the inverted commas, you have to write down it along with the reporting verb. So, now come to our main term, passage narration. My dear student, before solving your passage, you must have to read out the whole passage carefully just to find out you're the speaker and the listener. Look at the example. The teacher said to the student, "Have you prepared your lesson today?" "No, sir," replied the student. The teacher said, "Why?" "I was suffering from headache yesterday. I shall do my work tomorrow," said the student. So here we found the teacher is the subject and the student is the listener. So at the very beginning we found an interrogative sentence. So we can change the whole passage like that way. The teacher asked the student if he or she. As the student, here there is no clear identified whether the student is a male or female. So you can write an he or she, anyone. If instead of the inverted comma in the interrogative sentence, if he or she had prepared his or her lesson today, replaced with the word that day. No, sir. So we can write down the student respectfully replied in the negative. As you find here, sir, also the word no. So instead of sir, here we write down respectfully and no replied in the negative. Again, the teacher said why. Look, my dear student, here only one word in the inverted comma of this interrogative sentence. So you can write down in two ways, like the teacher asked, just deduct the inverted comma, write down why. Again, you can write down the teacher wanted to know the reason. Now, I was suffering from headache yesterday. I shall do my homework tomorrow. So here the student express his expression in two sentences correspondingly. So here, if you find such type of expression of the listener, then you can write down like that way that this student said that he or she had been suffering from headache the previous day. He or she also said, again said, also added, etc. You can write down that he or she. Here you find shall. You wanted to write down should. No, here as we know that with the first person we must have to write down shall. So when we'll convert the direct into indirect, we can write down would do his or her homework the next day. Okay, my dear student, there is an exercise. You can just practice it at home. And if you want to write down the answer in the comment box, I will try to check out your answer from there. So hope you have come to know the passage narration. So till then, take care of yourself and of course try to maintain the social distancing due to the coronavirus. Not only save your life as well all others.